It's here, everybody. Week 1, Regal Draft League. And this week, we are up against the scariest team in the league, Gholdengo. Scrolling through this team again this morning leaves me absolutely terrified. I have tried my best to prep, but there is so many options for these guys into my team. It's been really, really difficult. So I have devised a plan. This is the team that I think has the best chance of winning this thing. We can't outspeed the vast majority of their team, even with Tailwind. So for this week, we're going pretty much hard trick room. But just to play some mind games, I've included Tornadus. But Tornadus doesn't have Tailwind. Tornadus is literally just there as a distraction / I need someone other than Mabestiff who can give me a fire move. The key, however, is Toxicroak. Toxicroak is my fake out one. He has access to priority in Sucker Punch. He's one of the few that can actually deal a bit of damage into Shenpao, which is why I've forgone the Protect for 4 moves on Life Orb. A little bit extra damage, and I couldn't leave a move out for Protect. Big issue we've got on the Gholdengo is not actually Shenpao though. It's special attacking Dragapult, because special attacking Dragapult has Flamethrower, has Draco Meteor, and with Choice Specs, basically one-shot my entire team. And Valiant could be a little bit of a problem. Being fairy and fighting, Valiant can one-shot a Abomasnow quite easily, can one-shot Excalibur with most of its moves, but we have ways around that. So basically, the entire plan is to lead Excalibur Toxicroak. I have EV'd it out to make sure that unless they bring Masquerain and intimidate us, the priority double up of Ice Shard Sucker Punch will KO Dragapult turn 1. If they don't bring Dragapult out turn 1, then kind of the ideal play is to fake out one of the mons, swap backs into Mesprit, get up Trick Room turn 2. Then we go with a Mystical Power to give a +1 on Mesprit, swapping in Abomasnow, Roar Veil, Blizzard. We've got the Trick Room. We're good to go. Just Blizzard spam until one of those dies. Bring in Bax, who's now super bulky, super tanky. I'm not entirely sure why I went with the 68 defense on Bax, but I'm too scared to change it. So it's there. Let's go through the EV spreads. So Abomasnow, we've basically EV'd it to live absolutely anything other than a Flamethrower from Special Pult, giving it as much special attack as we can to make those Blizzards and Giga Drains even stronger. Likely to make Aurora Veil last longer, because Abomasnow's number 1 priority is Aurora Veil. Bax with 188 attack will one-shot Dragapult unless with Shenpao on the field, unless it's max defense. Mesprit 188 special attack will one-shot Dragapult with Blizzard. The problem with trying to do that on turn 1 is that Mesprit's a lot slower, so probably wouldn't survive. So mid-game, if they hadn't led Dragapult and Mesprit, we already have Trick Room up. Mesprit will one-shot Dragapult with Blizzard. Mabosstiff, I believe, was just balanced out the defenses and then dumped the remaining into attack. Torn, that's, again, it's just balanced out. there was some calcs involving Colossal, speed engine weakness steam engine weakness policy Colossal, so that I could live whether it was special or physical, and then zero speed investment, dump everything into special attack, so that I complete windstorm and heatwave everything into oblivion. And Toxicroak was just max. I needed maximum amount of damage from that thing and needed not to get one shot by absolutely everything. So yeah, that is the team. I did come up with what I think will be the team that they bring. This is the 6 I'm expecting. And I think I'm going to need to figure out something on the fly if they bring Rita within Prison Trick Room. But because I'm not going Trick Room turn 1, I'm not going hard into that Trick Room because Dragapult exists. I don't think it's going to cause too many problems. Colossal is probably going to hurt. But again, I kind of going to have to play around that one on the fly. Toxicroak should be able to deal some pretty good damage to it. I've got Earthquake on Baxcalibur, which should be able to deal significant damage. It's also one of the reasons why I put Terra Water on Bax. So if they lead Colossal turn 1, I can Terra Water, live pretty much anything it's got to offer, and KO it with Earthquake. I'm expecting game 1 to be this top 4 here, though. If they calc right, they'll realise that they can put pretty minimum speed investment in the Mons to outspeed my entire squad under Tailwind. And that's been one of my big issues in calcing. If they don't do that, bonus for me, I'm way over calcing the attack department and we're good to go. Yeah, now we wait. Well, that's not what I expected. That is, in fact, completely different to what I expected. Right. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go with the plan. That's completely thrown me for a loop. So that's going to be Tailwind. Going to be a Tailwind from the Kilowattrel. So as I shard it, we will fake out the Shempao. Don't think we actually need to take out the Kilowattrel, but yeah, he terrored. I was kind of expecting that. But now we shall pop our backs for Mesprit. And got Bug type. Bug and Steel and Sizzle is a bit of an odd one. Just Sucker Punch the Shempao. Dashed. Nice. Punch. Spin it. Yep. That's Toxicroak gone. Right, let's Terra Fire and Trick Room. Get up the Aurora Veil. And now we Blizzard spam. Perish. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, Sapsipper Azumarill. Nice. I like it a lot. That's cool. That's really cool tech. That is very, very cool tech. Right, how do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? It's water type, water fairy with Sapsipper. So we're going to lose Azumarill. Let's bring up backs. Another Swords Dance. Got the Bomber Snow. Actually, no. We'll leave him out there to perish. We'll just go Blizzard, Earthquake. Yeah. We lost it. So now we have a Bomber Snow versus Scizor. Okay, so we need to change up in plan a little bit. I think the Trick Room kind of worked-ish. So what didn't really work was backs. Backs was nice for getting off that priority there. Sapsipper Azu was scary. I've got absolutely nothing for it. So I'm going to bring Tornadus. We're going to go backs. Go backs a Bomber Snow. And we'll bring Mesprit Torn in the back. Let's just do the same again. That's Ice Shard. And Aurora Veil. Absolutely fine. Question now is, how do we do this? You know what? Let's just go hard into Mesprit. Blizzard. Yeah, there we go. Do that again. Let's bring out Tornadus this time. Protect. E-Wave. Ah, you son of a... But with him now being water type, let's get that boost. That's Bleak Windstorm. Here's the Perish. Yeah, we lost that. Holy moly. That Swords Dance Sizzle's a menace. Absolute menace. So, yeah, we lost 2-0. That was such a fun match. GG to Shim. I was not expecting Sapsiparazu. Yeah, I was not expecting Sapsiparazu. Yeah, it was fun. That was a really, really hard battle. I just didn't, yeah, I didn't have anything for Scizor or for Sapsiparazu. So, yeah, onwards and upwards. My first ever draft league battle. Thoroughly enjoyed. Congratulations to Shim. And see you for week 2. Hopefully on card. So, I've given it a few days to stop beating myself up about how I played the game. And I decided we're going to have a quick review of the matches and see what I could have done better, what misplays I made, what in hindsight better choices I could have made during the 2 matches. I actually think I played game 1 pretty well. There's a couple of spots where I could have made slightly different choices that probably would have given me a better chance to win. How much of a difference they would have made, who knows? There's a few things I picked up on going through editing the footage of the match that I think might have made quite a big difference, especially in game 1. Sticking to the plan was absolutely the right call, even though I was totally thrown for a loop by the team that was brought. I had a game plan, and changing from that game plan probably would have made it even worse. So here, I don't think faking out Shenpao was the wrong call. If I'm on Shim's side, I'm not expecting the fake out to go into Shenpao. I'm expecting the fake out to go into Kilowattrel. Stop Tailwind going up. But he's obviously read from my team preview probably going Trick Room. Or he's expecting a Shard play into Kilowattrel. So going Ghost will prevent me faking him out, will prevent me hitting him with Drain Punch. The play I made here, I think, was the correct one. Yes, I wasted a turn on Chakroak, but it forced Terror, so I'm not entirely unhappy with that. Here, however, is where I think I made the big mistake. I shouldn't have swapped here at all. I had tunnel visioned into sticking to the plan of getting Trick Room up turn 2, when in fact what I should have done was stayed in on double priority into Shenpao. So took a punch, Ice Shard into Shenpao. Shenpao's gone. I'd already calced for the fact that Sucker Punch from Toxicroak is a one-shot Shenpao. So, at this point, Sucker Punch, Ice Shard, Shenpao's gone. And I still have Bax plus Toxicroak on the board. With losing Toxicroak here, again, the play was not to bring in Abomasnow. I should have brought in Bax. Bringing in Bax here, I can Ice Shard, take out Shenpao, save the Terror and Mesprit. With Shenpao gone, here Shenpao doesn't really have any options. Can't Sucker Punch because Mesprit's got no Trick Room, so Sucker Punch fails. Sacred Sword is resisted, but the only option, if it's a standard Shenpao, is Ice Spinner. Now, Ice Spinner plus Bullet Punch probably picks up the KO. But Bax comes in. Bullet Punch, yes, will go into Mesprit. But Bax picks up the KO on Shenpao. So I've got 50% HP Mesprit getting up Trick Room. In fact, he swaps out, brings in Azu, and goes for Crunch. So if I brought in Bax here, then got a full HP Mesprit and Trick Room up, and I've still got Bax on the field, which I can then, the next turn, go for Blizzard, bring in a Abomasnow to make it 100% accurate. And he's forced to bring out Sizzle to take some shit. By sticking so rigidly to the game plan, kind of accelerated my own demise, because at this point here, sure, we don't have Aurora Veil up, but I don't absolutely need Trick Room. So Trick Room will expire in 3 turns. I don't absolutely need it. I'll have a full health Mesprit, a full health Abomasnow, Baxcalibur still in the back, and my Terror still available. But yes, at this point, Azumarill's got an attack boost because I've used Giga Drain. Proxaxipper. Sizzle's got a Sword Stance up. So now I know Double Blizzard isn't really going to do anything. So Abomasnow's kind of useless, but at full health, Mesprit isn't really threatened. So I can bring out Bax, Terra Water to make him not take so much damage from Scizor, and Earthquake next to Mesprit. Yeah, Mesprit can Mystical Power into Azu to get some good chip off. Even resisted, I think a Banded Earthquake from Baxcalibur probably deals pretty good damage, especially if I'm Terra Water. I'm not going to be taking 4 times super effective from Sizzle. But all in all, other than kind of following the game plan a little bit too rigidly, I don't think I played that badly in game 1. I say there's a few decisions that I could have made differently that would have given me a better option come the end game. Like sacking Abomasnow Perish instead of sacking Mesprit, taking out Shen Pao earlier on. Not sure how much of a difference they would have made, but I think that had given me a much better chance at actually winning the game. Here, however, I made a huge mistake. In game one, Blizzard gave me nothing. Aurora Veil was nice, but Blizzard did nothing for me. And Bax didn't really give me much either. So I definitely should have brought Toxicroak. And the Intimidate from Mabostiff, who also had the fire move, would have been better than Tornadus. So in hindsight, the team I should have brought was Toxicroak, Mesprit, lead, and then Mabostiff and Baxcalibur in the back, because Abomasnow's only 2 damaging moves in Giga Drain and Blizzard don't give me anything. The snow's nice, the snow's helpful, so is Aurora Veil, but Abomasnow's kind of being hard carried by the rest of the team. Beyond Snow and Aurora Veil, he's giving me nothing. Either I lead Toxicroak, Abomasnow, and take Shen Pao to Sash, set up Aurora Veil, or I go Toxicroak, Mesprit, and again, take Shen Pao to Sash, Terrifier, set up Trick Room. The team I went for by swapping out Toxicroak for Tornadus stripped me of the one damage dealer I had that could take out 2 mons that really threw me in game 1. Yeah, this is probably the right move, and I think had that been Toxicroak on the field instead of Bax, it probably would have been the same play from Shin, which would have left me in a similar position, but it had been Toxicroak instead of Bax, and I still would have had Aurora Veil up. Yeah, here with the defense drop on Mesprit was pretty horrible for me, but the Terrifier get Trick Room up was right, as was swapping in Torn, I think. Torn and instantly put pressure on both of his Pokemon. So forced him into the decision, which one of the 2 do I want to save? And if I'd actually looked at the Terra sheet again at this point, I'd have seen this play coming, because he's obviously done his prep and seen that Tornadus gets Heat Wave. So I should have seen the Terra Water swap in Azu. The Brick Break on Sizzle was such a good call. And not revealing it in game 1 was genius, because if I'd known Brick Break was there, almost definitely wouldn't have brought Abomasnow game 2. It's Perish, there's Mesprit gone. The Bleak Wind miss on Sizzle was horrible. Given that that's a really bulky Azu, and Azu lost 28% of his health to it, I'm going to guess that would have almost taken out Sizzle. connected 45% to Sizzle. So if I'd connected on that previous one, then Sizzle's gone here. But it's an 8% accurate move. You can't expect it to hit every single time. And yeah, at this point, we've completely lost it. But all in all, I think game one went pretty well. There's a few mistakes I made that maybe cost me the game, but I can't predict how Shim would have reacted to me making slightly different plays. So there's a few different choices I could have made in game one that maybe would have made it, maybe would have given me a much better chance of winning that than I had. Game two, I think by that point I was just a bit on tilt. I wasn't sure how to deal with Azumarill and Sizzle, but leaving behind the one Mon that could hit both of them for super effective was a massive, massive mistake. And not bringing Intimidate into a match where there's an attack-based setup Mon was stupid. Especially when that Intimidator had a fire move that could also hit said setup Mon for super effective. So I think I threw game two in team preview. I don't want to be too hard on myself. The choice of Tornadus wasn't a bad one. I think bad choice was Bax. The 4 I should have brought, given that I didn't know Sizzle had Brick Break, should have been Mesprit, Toxicroak, Bomber Snow, Mabastiff. It is what it is. I'm not too annoyed at myself because I can see why I made some of the decisions I made. The one decision I can't understand is not bringing Toxicroak to game two. So, yeah. Week 2, we have the Newcastle Niederkings, which is also going to be a really tough battle. I should have a lot more time to prep this week than I did last week. And the Niederkings don't seem to have as many mons that can one-shot my entire team as the Gholdengos do. It's still going to be a really, really tough battle. They've still got a very, very good team. But with game one under my belt and a bit more prep time, it should be a much closer, more exciting battle. And fingers crossed, it's going to be on card as well. I know Jamion definitely wants to play on card if he can. So hopefully have a proper match next week. So with that, goodbye.